Today on Cycling with Cancer, I want to focus on the cycling portion. I want to talk about my bike, my gear, my kit, and the safety and the different aspects of safety that we have. So, quick overview. This is my ride. This is my Trek 2021 Domani SL6 E-Tap. E-Tap because of electric shifting. And I'll go through that in detail on the bike in just a bit. What I also want to touch on is nutritional information that I have, the accessories I take with me, safety with the helmet. We talk about my shoes, how they work on the bike, and then the bike bag. So let's get into it. This is my Trek Domani SL6 E-Tap. It's a 2021. It's a carbon front. Excuse me. It's a carbon fiber frame. Easy for me to say. It weighs everything on there right now. Weighs about 22 pounds. So it's a very light bike. So quickly, I'll walk you through with what's on here. It's not going to be a deep dive because I'm not a mechanic and I don't get into gear ratios and everything else that's on there. But I'll just give you the quick highlights of it. So here's the cockpit, the handlebars. Here's my hoods. They call them the hoods. That's where I rest my hands. I have my levers here. See if I can get a better shot of that. I'm not in the sun. My levers here. My right side, my left side. Basically, on this electric bike, if I push it in, you can see in the back for electric shifting. I'll push it again. See, it jumps one gear. I can hold it. It'll jump a lot. It makes shifting so much easier. Oh my gosh, it's unbelievable. It's exact. It's not like with the old cables and you got to push and the cable is stretched along the ride and then you're going to have an issue or it breaks and then you're really hosed up. But this is great like this. So what I have is I have my bike computer, and here what it'll show is my miles per hour, my miles, the time. Let's see if I can resume it. My heart rate, how fast I'm pedaling, my calories that are burned, the grade. The grade is my elevation. I'm going up a hill or I'm going down a hill. My gear selection, so 2x8. So basically, while I'm at least talking to this, I'll show. So basically what it's saying here is on the front chain ring, it's in the top gear, so that's number 2. And then back here on the cassette, you can see where the chain wraps around. That's in the 8th gear. So it's a it's in the top chain ring, and on the 8th gear of the cassette. And usually when you're getting like that, you're really starting to crank. And then if you go the other way, if it's in the 1, that'll mean you're in the small chain ring, and now that's going to start to help you get up a hill. One other thing I have is my Insta360 camera. I'll just take the cover off here quick. So I have a lens on top. There's also the same one on the bottom, and basically what that'll do is go ahead and let me shoot in a 360 so I can get all the views that I need right out of that one camera. And then when I'm done riding, I can bring it back to the Insta360 studio. I can set it up the way I want, take all my shots. It's fantastic. And no hands. I don't do any POVs or anything. So I have my just regular rims. They're not carbon rims or anything like that with what some people have. I have what they call these Continental GP 5000s. It's really not. It's just the name of the tire, and Continental is the brand, and GP 5000 is the name. I like them because it rides great. It rolls unbelievable. They're just tires I love. They had Bontrager's on there. That's Trek's brand. Didn't like them. Took them off. I put these back on because that's what I have on my FX3. It's fantastic. Again, I showed you the front chain rings here. Here's the battery. I could just get that the right way here. Here's the battery on it to change this derailleur. So it'll move it either to the small ring here or back to the large ring. And then I have here the cassette. The battery for that is here, and that'll shift it up and down. Um, nothing special. We've all ridden bikes and kind of the same thing. Big difference is that it's all electric now. No chains, no nothing. It's fantastic. The other thing I like about the bike is the disc brakes. What a difference to have disc brakes over rim brakes. Rim brakes, you can't have carbon. You can't have carbon rims on there because with that, you could wear the carbon out. So you got to have disc. But what I like about disc, especially if you're caught in the rain, you could stop. With with rim brakes, the rubber, it's just tough to do. It's really tough to do. And again, I have that on the front. I don't know. Oh, there we go. So there's my radar detector with the lights. It's very bright. When a car comes up, then it becomes very bright. Right now it's kind of dim, so it's in a battery saving mode, which is another thing I like about this. And then if I start to slow down, that will become very bright again to let especially cyclists behind me know that, hey, I'm slowing down. It's probably one of the best things I got. I love the radar detector because as you can see on the bike computer, the green line, that means the detector's on. And when a car comes up, this will change to orange, and it'll show a car coming up there, and it'll beep to notify me that the car's coming. And if it's coming very fast, this will change to red, and it'll beep very quickly. And it really helps to keep you aware of your surroundings. Now with the lights, it's going to maybe be a little tough in the day, but I mean, it's a bright light. You can be seen pretty far with these. And again, that's what you want to do. You want to be seen. So that's just a quick tour of my bike. Why don't we get into the gear and the safety now? So let's get into the gear now. With the gear, there's a lot of things. I don't want to try to overcomplicate it, but there's enough stuff that I think it's important to go over. First thing, this is what we call a kit. So I have my jersey, and I have my bibs, my shorts. The reason why I wear these is it's a nice padding, so on long rides, it's a lot easier on the old bum, and it just works great. The jersey, I like the jersey for one important reason. I have pockets in the back. And with these pockets in the back, it's able to put all my stuff in there that I'm going to need. So why don't we go through that, and I'll show you exactly how I arrange everything. First thing is nutrition. I always bring a couple of Cliff bars and a couple of Goo gels. Goo gels are great for instant energy. It's a liquid, so it can get right into your system. The Cliff bar is good because this will be a longer sustainable energy source. Like I said, I bring a couple of these, and I usually eat, if it's a 2-hour ride, I usually eat 2. Kind of the rule of thumb is you're supposed to take about 60 to 90 grams of carbs an hour, and that's probably for more of the elite athletes. I try to get in 40 to 60 grams of carbs. Like this one bar here is 40 grams. So if I eat this, that should pretty much get me along. If I do feel like I'm fading, especially if it's towards the end of the ride, I'll grab a Goo gel, and I'll have that, and that'll give me enough energy to get going. So with my nutrition, I put that right in this pocket. I have my cycling wallet, and what I carry in here, I have my identification and money. Sometimes you need the cash, so I keep that in there. Band-aids, large bandages, antiseptic, chapstick, On cold days, you'll need it. And then I also keep gloves. So in case you have to pull over to the side of the road, something happens, especially if it's your chain, you don't want to get all greasy and then, you're touching your kit, you're touching your bike. You don't want that. So I always carry gloves in here, just like I do on the bike. Um, Also, an electric pump. For a long, long time, it used to be the small little pump, so you had to screw it onto the tire, and then you had to pump it, and it would take forever. These little things here are great. It's digital. You just set it to what the pounds you want in your tires. You push it on there, and it pumps it right up. With that, if you do get a flat, and as I said, with the tires, it's a sealant. Um, so if you do have a small hole, that should take care of it. If it doesn't, they have what they call plugs. So what you do is you take the gold end and you push that into the tube, and then this is like a sticky, sort of like the tire, but it gets in there and it'll plug that whole hole up, and then whatever's remaining off of it, you just cut it off, and that should seal it up and at least get you home. Now I know people that were able to keep riding their bikes after. They had no problems. Me, I'd rather change the tire. I don't want to take a chance. I always carry batteries. Again, with electric shifting, don't want to take a chance if it's done. There is my app, so I have the SRAM app, and I can look at it and it'll tell me how the batteries are doing in it. But still, I like to keep it just in case. Multi-tool. So in here, I have different Allen wrenches. I have a Phillips head. I have a flathead screwdriver in here. Let me show you. So these are all the different Allen wrenches in here. Flathead, Phillips, and I also have part of a socket, so if I need a socket, there's a socket on there too. So it's a great little tool to have. This is actually in my bike bag. I keep the batteries, I keep the plugs, and my spare battery. Just in case for some reason I forget to check and it's been a while. Usually the batteries are good. You can go a long time without charging them. But it's that one time where you forget, and if you don't have a charged battery, wherever your battery dies with the gear that you're in, you're stuck. You can't move it. So I like to keep one because if one goes, it's usually not too far behind. Usually if one goes, it's going to be the back because that's where you're doing most of your shifting from. But if the back goes and then the front goes, you're stuck with whatever you are. So I just like to keep a spare battery just in case. So these all go into the bike bag. This is a mini wrench. It came with the bike. It's for plugging in, unloosening your through bolt, so you can take your back wheel off. Again, if you have to take it off for some reason, you got a big gash in your front, you want to put your spare tube in to get you home, then you're able to go ahead and take that off. So I keep that in my bike bag as well. Sunglasses, I need them whether it's a sunny day or not. If I go along fast enough, my eyes water up. And these I like because they're kind of wrapped around, so it really blocks everything. So I really find these useful. And then a bike mirror. So if I'm riding and cars are coming up, even though I have the radar detector, I still like to have the bike mirror because the radar detector will pick it up at a certain amount of feet. I think I said like a quarter of a football field, and it'll pick it up. But still, I mean, there's the times you're riding, you just something to catch your eye, you can look quick. You may see a car come before the radar detector does. So I still like to keep that just in case. Another thing I have my suntan lotion. This is a cream. I used to use a spray, but sweating all the time, couldn't take it. The sweat would just wear it right off. So I use the cream. It stays on a lot longer. I just think it works better. I have a 50 here, but this is starting to get low. So I went out and bought SPF 70 because again, with cancer, I don't want to take a chance. So even my dermatologist says, make sure you go out and lather up when you go out. So I take that advice. On hot days, bandanas. I sweat a lot now. That's part of the chemo, the body change. So it doesn't take much for me to sweat. In fact, it's a nice day today. I'm sweating pretty good right now. So I'll wear one set and I'll take 2 sets with me. And that'll go into my back pockets as well. Like I said, it just doesn't take long for me to sweat. And then I like to be seen. So I always try to wear bright clothing. That's why with the Closer to Free ride this year, I love this jersey. It's nice and bright. You can be seen, especially if you're against the dark backdrop. This'll pop right out. Socks, I wear bright socks. I have these bright green ones. I have blue. I have white. I do have a pair of black socks, but I'll use those as spares in case for some reason they're washed and they were put in a drawer and I didn't grab them in time. I always carry extra in my bike bag. And as you can tell, bright gloves. So if I'm out and I'm making turns, you'll see the back of the glove. Again, it's something else to catch the eye of the driver with. And then the helmet, probably one of the most important things to keep the old noodles safe. This is what they call a wave helmet. You can see the little waves in here. It's supposed to, if you do get in a crash, it's supposed to take almost all the impact to save you from really getting hurt. So I keep this. I wear this all the time. So I could never ride without. I see people riding bikes, even motorcyclists, and they're going faster than I am. But I can't go out without a helmet anymore. And also, as part of the safety, I have a light on the back. So even though I have the light on the radar detector, I keep a light here because cars come. You just cannot stress how it is to be seen. You don't want to have any excuses out on the road. So that's what I have here. And then my bike bag. This is probably one of the best things I bought. With the bike bag, it has all the compartments you need. And let me just show you how, this. Plus, like I said, I keep extra socks. I have other sunglasses for different types of weather. I have pouches. Now the pouches are silly because, well, not silly. Some people might think so, but where I used to work at Pratt, it was like visuals. You always had to have visuals. So I have different colors for different things. So my bike pump goes in here. So if it's in my bike pack, my bike bag, and I need it quickly, boom. I know by the color, I know what it is. So I can take it and grab it quickly. So let me show you how this will work. So let me zip this up so nothing spills out. So let's see, this is the helmet. So on the bike bag, it says first, shoes go in. So let's put the shoes in. Whoops. So I tip the bike bag up, make some room. My pair of shoes. Grab that up, right in. Zipper that. And zipper this. Simple enough. Next is the helmet, the other side. Make my room. Get the flap out of the way. There we go. Then the helmet goes in. Fold the flap back up. All set. There. Now I can put the rest of my stuff away. So the first one is my nutrition, skin protection, lights, tools. So the lights, we'll leave the lights on the bike, but skin protection goes in. I put my wallet in there. What else did we say? Nutrition. You take that out of the back pocket. That goes in there, so I know where all that is. The next one is my glasses. I'm not going to take the case out, but my glasses, my bike mirror goes in here. Gloves. They go in here. And here is the jersey, bib, and socks. Let's take our socks and put them in there. And in this one, I have my vest, a jacket, which I do have a raincoat in here. But I put my bandanas in here. Boom, done. I can carry it, sling it over my shoulder, or carry it as a backpack. The other nice thing about this is if you've been out and you're really sweaty, or you're caught out in the rain and everything is soaked, all that dirty stuff goes in here. Open it up. I carry bags, so I put all the wet stuff in there so I won't contaminate any of the bag. That'll go right in there, and then when I get home, I can pull that out. I don't have to worry about putting it in with all the other stuff. It works great. So that's what I have there. So the other thing with the safety portion of it is, like I said, with the helmet, the lights, the radar detector, the bright clothing, that's what I try to do to be visible so everybody can see me. I just want to make sure that nobody, it's not like they're going to sneak up on me before they know. They go, oh, geez, a cyclist. No, I want to be seen. So that's why I wear all that. The other thing is hand signals. Like I'm sweating. No, I'm kidding. It is a warm day out here. So with that, left hand turn. I do right hand turn this way instead of putting my arm up on my left side to say I'm going to turn. But I right hand turn there. If I'm going to stop, my hand goes down to the side. Let them know. The other nice thing, I forgot if I mentioned it, but on the radar detector, this one here, and this is why I like this. If I am slowing down, there's an accelerometer in there. So it knows that all of a sudden I'm slowing down. It'll get really, really bright, just like if you're hitting your brakes on the car. So if a car's coming up and it gets really bright fast, they'll know something's going on, that I'm maybe not necessarily that I'm slowing down or stopping, but it'll, again, catch their eye instead of just the regular flashes going. And they may think I'm just going to keep riding. But that's another nice thing I like about that radar. The other thing that I do is if I'm going up the road and there's a car that's parked in the road, I will start to point quickly, like there's something in the road or something like that. But I'm usually trying to go like this, the signal. I'm going to pull out a bit to try to get around that car, just to let them know I'm moving out of my lane and over a bit. And then once I pass the car, I'm back over again. And then for cyclists, one of the things that we do is if we're driving along and if there's a hole in the road, or sometimes you see like the water pipes where they have the covers or something like that. Nobody wants to roll over that with their bike. So we go down and we point. We let the people behind us know that we're coming up on something in the road. And then if there's a long line, like if it's just rain and a lot of the silt and rocks have run down, especially over here in Meriden when you're coming on Chamberlain Highway and you have the mountain that's there. Big storms, you'll have a lot of the rocks and stuff. So we'll swing our arms. We'll point and move our arms to say, hey, there's a good line that's coming up there. So make sure you stay over to your left. That's about it. I said, I've been doing a lot about the cancer. And it's kind of the end of the cycling season. So I really wanted to get this video out here and just let you know why I'm passionate about cycling. There's rides I have that I call clear my head. I go out by myself and I just ride, and it's fantastic. I just feel so great when I do it. So I wanted to share that with you. If you like this video, please hit that button. Please comment below. Let me know what you thought of it. Let me know what you didn't like about it. Let me know where I could do better. This is our channel. I want this to be interactive. I want to learn from you, and hopefully you'll learn something from me. And if you think you're going to get something out of it, you really like it, hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. So again, thank you for your time, and you all have a great day.